So, welcome everybody. My name is John Skelton with Apex Investing, and welcome to this webinar. And going to be a little bit of a tutorial. I'm going to cover um, a little bit of a subject I've covered before with you, but we're going to add a few things in here as well. So let's get our disclosures out of the way here. Trading involves risk. Make sure you know what you're doing before you do it. And I want to talk a little bit about some basics and a focus review. It's so easy, to lose focus and lose our focus on our daily routine and get caught up in so many things. And we always want to learn new things. And we're about that at Apex. We're all about learning new, and we add new things and we improve and we add detectors and add all kind of stuff. And learning new things is always good. But if you're already overwhelmed with what you have and you haven't already mastered what you already have, adding new things can just confuse you, right? It can just overwhelm you. It's not always a great thing, and it can distract you and get you off track. And I know that last couple of days, especially Monday, Daryl was really focused in the elite room about you know following the rules and the ABCs, and if you do this, what happens? If you do this, what happens? And really focused on the rules and following rules and staying focused. And I've had a lot of good feedback from some of you guys over the last few days about some of that he's done in the room. And I kind of wanted to put a little different spin on that. Daryl and I teach a little differently. We teach a little different things. And I wanted to review a couple things with you. A little bit about some basics, a little bit about focus and about rules. But something else I wanted to kind of share with you, just personal here. How many of you have ever read this book right here? Heard of this book right here? I'll just pull it up too. You can find it online. You can get a paperback copy, an online copy. Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. How many of you have ever read this book or heard of this book? Marvin says reading it now. People say 2 times. Great book. I can tell you this. Aside from being in the elite room every day, and aside from being on these webinars every day, one of the very best things you can do is get this book. Okay? And we don't make any money on you buying this book. I don't care if you get it at a store, get it online, get it on audio. I don't care. Get this book. No, Grant, they don't have pop-up pictures. Grant likes pop-up pictures. But you can get an audio. Okay? This book is probably one of the best books you'll ever read regarding trading. Okay? Apex, we have some of our mind mastery courses. Some of y'all were at the live event for the mind mastery courses, and those were great. There was actually a lot of stuff in that course from this book. But if you ever asked me, John, and I think Daryl would say the same thing, if there was one book I needed to read to help me with trading in general, like if I had to base my whole trading career on one book regarding trading, what would it be? It would be this book right here. It's the best money you could ever spend. Okay? And it covers so many things. I mean, it goes through psychology, mentality, things that you're going to have to overcome, helping you to, understand the road to success. What are your edges? The dynamics of perception, your state of mind, thinking like a trader, how to be consistent, how to follow rules. I mean, it's not just psychobabble. I know a lot of you that are new to trading, are like, just teach me a system, show me an arrow, give me a, great little system. I don't need that psychobabble. You know what? I said the same thing. But I can tell you, this is not psychobabble. This stuff is just great. And I've read this book before, okay? But I just started reading it again a couple of days ago. And it just really amazed me, even just into the second chapter. I'm sitting there going, yes, yes. Because I know some of you are even saying in here, yeah, I read it before. And then after I traded for a year, I reread it. And it was like a whole new book. Because, sometimes you read something as a new trader and you're like, okay, I don't need all this. I got it. But then after you trade for a while and you go and reread it, you're like, oh my gosh, none of this made sense the first time I read it. Now it all makes perfect sense. Yeah, I'm getting so many you're saying, oh, it's about Revelation. I started, it's amazing. It's on my desk right now. I had it 5 years. I mean, many of you love it. If you, even if you've read this before, read it again. If you haven't, get it tonight. This book is amazing and it will help you so much. And it will put things into a different perspective, even different than what you've heard me teach you, or even different than the way that Daryl teaches or Lori teaches, about how to really wrap your mind around trading and about following some rules. And just a little bit of a personal story. There's something here in chapter 2 that really jumped out to me, and I want to share it a little bit. Before I got into trading, I was in the furniture business for about 12 years. And I had a small, like, warehouse. I didn't have like a big fancy store. I had like a wholesale to the public warehouse. And, we were doing a lot of advertising online, like on Craigslist. And, that was had done great for a long time. And then Craigslist started like flagging your ads and ghosting your ads, and you couldn't get advertising up. And then I'd order furniture and then it would come in late. Customer would buy some furniture. I'd say, oh, factory says it'll be here in 2 weeks. Well, then it takes 4 weeks, and then the customer wants a refund, and then the customer wants free delivery, and then 4 weeks turns into 6 weeks, and then by the time you get it there, there's only 5 pieces, and they ordered 7 pieces, and you got to deal with this, and then the other piece comes in and it's damaged, and you got to replace it. But then I didn't use my own delivery company. I outsourced it. So they didn't work for me. I couldn't force the delivery company to be here at a certain day and time and deliver something at a certain day and time. And then, oh, it was a rainy day, so no customers came in. And I just felt so out of control. I felt like I had no control over my business and that all I did all day was put out fires. Like I had no control. I couldn't control the inventory. I couldn't control the damage. I couldn't control the customer. I couldn't control the people, the marketing. And that just wore me down. And that was one of the biggest things that drew me personally to trading was I didn't have to deal with inventory. I didn't have to deal with all these people. I didn't have to deal with something running late and damage. And, oh, we got bad weather, so no one comes in and I don't sell anything. And that was one of the biggest things that got me into trading was I wanted something that I felt like I had some type of control over. I controlled, whether to press the button and enter. I wasn't stuck with just one thing. If this market wasn't moving, I could look at other markets. I could figure it out. I could come up with this new grand strategy. I'm a smart guy, I could be creative. I could have control. Also in the furniture business, it was retail. I was having to work 7 days a week from this time to this time in certain hours, and I loved that about trading. If I want to trade in the morning, great. Afternoon, great. If I want to get up at 3 in the morning and trade Europe, I can do that. It was all about this freedom, and that was one of the biggest draws that got me to trading. And I closed my furniture store down. I was doing some trades, and I was doing pretty good in demo, and I only knew one little trade, right? I knew one little news trade, and I was trading Nadex back then. Closed my store down, liquidated all that money, put it into Nadex account, closed it down. 2 weeks later, guess what? This was 6 years ago when the government shut down for like 2 months. You remember that? Like in October, like 6 years ago. So guess what? When the government shut down for 2 months, none of those news reports coming out. And that was the only trade I knew, was like a straddle and strangle on news reports. And I did not know anything else. And spent the next 2 months just playing and trying this and doing that. Blew my account, had to start over. But anyway, I want to read something here. In this book, Mark Douglas, somebody asked him something about, why do a lot of people fail at trading? And, he says right here, trading, so this is a quote, hear this. Trading is an activity that offers the individual unlimited freedom of creative expression and freedom of expression that has been denied most of our lives. Okay? And there's very few restrictions or boundaries on how we can express ourselves in trading. Okay? And the question is, well, why does that hurt people? It says, why would having access to such unrestricted environment result in a fairly consistent failure? It says, because unlimited possibilities coupled with the unlimited freedom to take advantage of those possibilities present the individual with unique and specialized psychological challenges that very few people are properly equipped to deal with or have any awareness of, for that matter. Freedom is great. All of us seem to naturally want it and strive for it and crave for it. But that doesn't mean we have the appropriate psychological resources to operate effectively in an environment that has few, if any, boundaries, and where the potential to do enormous damage to ourselves exists. I know that was a lot of reading there, but did you follow that? Because that really hit home with me, because it really reminded me of how I started, and it reminded me of what I see a lot of every day. Like, a lot of people get into trading for the freedom and the flexibility, right? You want to work for yourself. You want to have no boss. You want to make your own decisions. You don't want somebody over your shoulder telling you what to do, when to do it, how to do it. You've got this freedom and you've got this flexibility. You can trade anytime. You can come up with all these different creative strategies and creative systems, and you have almost nothing holding you back from pressing that button, right? You've got the freedom and flexibility. You can press that button anytime. You can be creative. You can come up with this. You can act on your emotions. You can act on your gut feelings. You don't have a boss watching over you with rules, with guidelines, with consequences when you mess up. So all this creativity and all this freedom can lead to a lot of chaos, though, right? Does that make sense? You have all of this. You have this chart in front of you. You can press the button. You can work anytime. You can get creative. You have like this unlimited amount of freedom. And that's what you wanted. You thought that's what you needed. But sometimes you realize you got a little too much freedom, because exactly, Damien. Damien says it can be dangerous as well. And that's the point. Does that make sense, guys, where I'm coming from? Like, the whole positive, good reasons we get into trading can be the biggest negative thing that hurts us without having system and rules. Even though you work for yourself, you can't just do what you want, can you? You do what you want, you're going to blow that account, aren't you? Right? You still, even though you work for yourself and freedom and flexibility and no one giving you crap and on your shoulder, you still need a system. You still need rules. Like, a lot of people I want to quit my job because I don't want all these rules. I don't want to be managed. So I'm going to leave my boss. I don't want to be managed. How many of you agree you need to be managed? Right? You still need oversight. You still need system, rules, you need to be managed, you need oversight, but you have to do all of this for yourself. Like, you got into trading, it's your business now. It's your home-based business. You own your own business. You run your own business. You work for yourself. Yes, Grant, we all know you need to be managed. Yeah. Marion's got that one covered. We love Grant. I give Grant a hard time. But your biggest job, now that you own this trading business, is to manage the business, which means what? You want to be your own boss, you got to be the boss of you. You have to manage yourself, right? And that's the hardest part of this, because you have to kind of pull yourself back from this whole, I work for myself and I do what I want and I got all this freedom and I got all this creativity. I can be creative with these trades and this lines up with this and I think I see that. Yeah, you got to have the mental discipline. You got to have your system. You got to follow the rules. You can't be trading on gut or emotion. You can't just feel a trade or then revenge trading, right? So being your own boss in this world of trading, managing yourself is your main job. And don't let the biggest benefits of a trading career, which is what we just talked about, this unlimited reign, like this unlimited creativity. There's nothing stopping you. The market's going 23 hours a day. You know what I mean? Yeah, Todd says, I'm good at telling someone else what to do, but never to myself. Exactly. We're all like that, right? Especially in like relationship advice, right? You can tell someone else exactly what to do. Oh, you shouldn't be with that person. You shouldn't put up with that. You're stronger than that. You should just walk away and move on, right? That's the logic, the head part. But when you're in that same situation, your heart rules it all. Your emotions rule it all, right? When you're dealing with that emotional part of being in that tough relationship, what your heart says and your mind says is different, right? It's the emotional side of it. And so I want you to keep that in mind when we talk about focus and when we talk about following the rules, and realizing that, yeah, you have the elite trade room and you've got Lori, you've got Daryl, you've got some great leaders in there, but this is your business. And you got into it for all that freedom and flexibility and creativity. Don't let it be your downside. You have to realize that, fine, maybe you got away from the big bad 8 to 5 boss, but you still have to be managed. You have to have oversight. And you have to have you do have consequences, right? Yeah, Anthony's smart. Anthony says, my wife tells me what to do. Well, that's probably the best track you can be on there. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you because it really hit home with me and reminded me of that we get in that trap. Okay, hey, I'm free from rules now. You better not be. You better not be. That's all that matters. It's a business. You have to have a business plan. It's math. It's statistics and probability. That's the business you're in. If you want to read any other book after this one, read a book on statistics and probability, because that's all you're doing. It's a numbers game, right? That's why we stop at a certain amount. We have stop losses. We stop when we're up, stop when we're down. Statistics. And you have to go with that. So just with that in mind, I want to talk a little bit about how to stay on track and break it down a day at a time and stay consistent and focused. And again, understand the battle is with yourself, okay? And I'm not going to go into as deep of this as I've done in the past, but I do want to briefly recover it because I think, we've gotten away from it a little bit. And I know we have some new people, but, I've asked this before. If you want to take your trading day by day, let's start with a day. Let's forget about 12 months, 12 weeks, 12 days. Every single day you have to start over and focus. And what's the first thing you do each day? Well, you wake up, right? And some of you have heard this talk and this part of it, but I'm not going to get that deep into it. It's time to trade. I started my morning. I'm sharp. I'm focused. I'm on top of the world. I'm ready to take on the world. I got all my screens. I'm dressed sharp. I'm awake and alert. Or is this you? Right? Is that you in the morning in front of your computer in the elite room? How about that? There's Grant right there. Again, we got to mess with Grant. I like messing with Grant. Or is that you, half asleep, trading from bed in your laptop? Or there we go. Woohoo, got a TX trade. Let me jump up and down in my skibbies, right? Or, it's 9:27. I have to start pressing buttons 8 minutes in the elite room and risk live money. I better run up there. I'll probably trip going up the stairs. I'm half out of it, you know. Or there's Marion before she's had her coffee, right? I don't know. Should I take this trade? Yeah. I always got to mess with Marion a little bit. She messes with me. So, guys, this is a big thing. Okay, is how are you starting your day? If you have to manage yourself, if you have to keep yourself in check, you got to give yourself rules and oversight. This is one of the first things you should do. If you were managing a company, if you had a job and you were the manager at a company and any of your employees showed up like this, how productive would you expect them to be at work? Right? If you had money invested with Merrill Lynch, Edward Jones, whatever, and you show up and you see your financial advisor, the one that's managing your money, in the morning when the market opened, looking anything like this, are you pulling your money right then and there? Yeah. Then why do you do it with your own damn money? Why do you even think about trading like this? Right? Yeah, fired. So, guys, you want to be at the top of your game, okay? What about a race car driver? Right? Speeding down the track at 200 miles an hour, taking corners, taking lanes, needing to look in the rearview mirror, see what's beside them, look in the side view mirror, see what's next to them, look in front of them, see what's coming. Just like you with the market, needing to see what's in the road, what are the roadways, what are the walls, what are the levels, what are the stacks. What about, Hall of Famers, Michael Jordan? You think he showed up to a basketball game and won like that? Do you think he got into the Hall of Fame like that, showing up? Did he give his best? If you had to have brain surgery and you got wheeled into the operating room and your doctor showed up looking like any of those, I'm sorry, I'm pulling tubes out of me, I'm pulling wires out of me. Right? You're not going to put your life in somebody's hands that looks like that. That's not at the top of their game. Right? But you do it every day with your money. Pressing a button. Okay? You're not going to risk that. If you hop on an airplane and your pilot looks like that, So, starts with daily focus, and it starts with the preparation of your day. And what you do each and every day will help you reach that goal and making the most. So what I tell everybody when it comes to trading, think about it as two jobs. You have two part-time jobs for your trading career. Your first job is preparing yourself before the trading session. And then your second part-time job is actually execute the trading session. Then you stop when you're up 3. So with your morning routine, I know not everybody has the same schedule or trades at the same time, so customize it. But focus on preparing yourself. Okay, it starts the night before. Get some good sleep. Have some downtime. Have some life balance. Let your brain relax. Don't just sit in front of your computer all day and night. Don't sit there doing market replay all night. Don't even be in these Skype rooms all night. Get away. Let your brain rest. Have some you time. Focus on you. Have some family time. Exercise. Eat well. Enable yourself the night before. Start enabling yourself to have a good morning. And in the morning, prepare yourself mentally, physically, spiritually. Feed your body and brain. When I did this talk during the live event, I really got real detailed and I showed all of you my schedule. I showed all of you my to-do list. I think many of y'all saw that. And, when I'm really focused on my trading, I'm up early. I get up early. I'm having my coffee. I'm having my morning energy drinks. I get all my computers and everything restarted right away. Like I literally get up out of bed, groggy as could be, get my drinks, go upstairs, restart my computers, get logged into the Elite Room, and walk away. Okay? Check on a few things. I get on the treadmill for 20 or 30 minutes, wake up, clear the cobwebs, sweat. Like get your body awake. Watching some TV in the morning, watching some news in the morning, whatever. Working out. I have breakfast, I have my morning vitamins and stuff. And then I go and I actually take a shower. I know half of you are in that elite room and you hadn't showered or brushed your teeth in the morning, right? But go take a shower. Actually brush your teeth. Get dressed. I know half of you guys are trading in your boxers, okay? I used to do it too. And I don't want to know what Marion's trading in or Grant. See, there you go. I had to give them a hard time again. But get dressed. I'm not saying put on a suit and tie, or ladies, I'm not saying put on heels and a dress, but take a shower, brush your teeth, do your hair a little bit, put on something that makes you feel good, doesn't make you feel like a house bum on your day off, like a slacker. You always feel better and feel more confident when you dress up a little bit, like feel alive, feel put together, you know? So you've got up, you've had your stuff, everything's reset. You did a little workout, you ate some breakfast, you took some morning pills, you took a shower, brushed your teeth, got dressed. You feel good. And be on your computer. I like to be back at the computer by like 9:20 Eastern. Okay, so I've got 15 minutes before I'm going to start taking trades after the dark zone, right? Okay, and I don't want to be rushed. Okay, I don't. How many of you have done that? Where you're like, oh my God, I got to be in the elite room in 10 minutes and I got to get up and I'm rushing and I got to run and grab this and I'm up there and crap, I got to set up. And you're anxious, you're stressed, your heart's racing, you're in a daze, and then you're like, oh crap, market's open, now it's time, and your fingers on your mouse and you're just and you're like stressed, right? How many of you do that? Compared to, being there early. Be there at 9:15, 9:20. After everything's done, you're fully awake and just breathe. Have some meditation, calm time, right? Have some reading time. Have some prayer time. Calm down. Because what you're trying to do is prepare yourself to be calm. Okay? Because if you show up rushed and anxious, you're like, I have to take trades today, I have to trade, and you're going to cut corners. If you're running late, don't rush it. There's plenty of trades. You want quality over quantity, okay? It's just like if you're supposed to cook dinner at 6 so that you can eat by 6:30, but you're running late, so you don't start cooking until 6:20, well, dinner just has to be later, right? Oh, well, no, I only got 10 minutes now. So I'm going to cut half the ingredients out. I'm only going to cook it halfway. It's going to taste like crap, right? Well, so are all those losses. They're going to taste like crap to you because you cut corners and you rushed it and you weren't in your right state of mind, okay? So just wait. Start later. Go through your morning routine. Make sure you're awake. Do a little workout. Eat. Take your shower, if you don't get in the room till 10, okay. Don't make that a habit, but if you're running late, you're running late. Don't cut corners. You're better off not taking any trades than taking bad ones and taking ones you're not fully aware of. Like in the games, sports team locker room, you see that on TV, or some of you have been in sports, and it's, yeah, hurrah, let's go, we're going to kill them, and they're all hyped up, and they're yelling and screaming, and they're running out of the room, and like, yeah, let's get on the, we're on the field, and we're ready to go, we're ready to kill it. You're literally doing you need to do the exact opposite. You're not warming up and getting all fired up and pumped up. You want the opposite. You want to sit and relax right before the market opens and prepare yourself to be calm. Prepare yourself to be bored. Prepare yourself to execute the trading session that's about to start, and you want to be calm and relaxed and somewhat bored and just watching the charts, waiting for the best of the best setup, get 3 and stop. You're preparing yourself to be bored, okay? So you focus on your morning preparation, be in the right state of mind to prepare for that trading session. That's job number 1. Yep, Exactly, James. You're paid to be patient. Job number 2 is actually executing the trade session. And it's much easier when you're properly prepared. Also, guys, it's much easier when you have a clean workspace area. I've seen some of your workspaces. You've got McDonald's cups piled up on there from 3 weeks ago, and you got crap everywhere. You can't even, I don't even know how you find your mouse. Come on, guys. Have a clean workspace area. Okay? Like, feel professional. Feel like it's a job. Feel like you're not cluttered and distracted. Okay? Like, clean up. Have a good workspace area. Be dressed. Be awake. Have your rules right in front of you. Okay? Many of you have heard us go over this. Many of you have gotten some of the stuff we've sent out. Some of you are new. This is one of the most important things that I ever did. And this is where we kind of got the idea from some of the stuff we sent out. Was I can get distracted very easily, and I can be looking at too many screens and too many charts, and what about this? And I just constantly have to bring myself back into focus. So I started writing down some rules. I started writing down some questions to help keep myself focused. And that's where we came up with, those marker boards we sent out. And I'll cover those here in a minute, but I like to have background noise. I know some of you say, oh, I need complete silence. Okay, go for it. Or some of you say, well, I can only focus on the elite room in my charts. Go for it. Me, I like background noise. I'll sometimes either play music on, my Apple Play, my Apple Music. Sometimes I'll put the TV on. Sometimes I'll mute it, sometimes I'll leave it on, but sometimes I'll have the TV on. Sometimes I'll have news on, or sometimes I'll have a show on. Normally it's a show I've already seen, or like a series I've already seen, just for background noise. Like, and sometimes I'll watch the show and keep up. It's almost like it's you want to have a good distraction of, hey, I don't want to feel so bored that I'm antsy that I just start pressing buttons. I want to be like, okay, there's nothing going on right now. There's not I've got okay, I'm waiting. I want something that's going to help me be patient. Okay. I have several little workout things right here at my desk. Okay. Sometimes I stand up just to help keep myself awake. I have a couple little workout things and at my desk, like, okay, I feel productive. You ever do that where you're sitting here and you're like, I'm waiting on a trade and there's nothing, and this is a wasteful day. I got to find a trade. Let me look for something to trade. Let me push for something. Let me open up a different chart. Crap, I shouldn't have done that. Crap, why did I take that trade? Well, I just felt bored. I felt worthless. I felt like I was wasting my morning. Now I wasted my morning and I wasted the trade. You ever done that? You do it all the time. I know you do. We all do. So that's where, for me, I have some of that background noise. I have a TV, or I have one of these books. I'll check it out. I'll do some workout where I can help me be patient. But I also get rid of certain bad distractions. I turn everything else off. Get rid of your email. Get rid of Facebook. Don't answer the phone if you don't need to. Like, don't have those bad distractions that are going to completely distract you. Have the productive feeling of distractions that help you get through your trading session and be patient. Okay, you have one job and one focus right now. You're at your part-time job number 2, which is to execute the trade session, follow the rules, get to your net 3 and get out. Right? So routine equals consistency. If you can get into a good daily routine, really focus on the fact that you have 2 part-time jobs. Routine equals consistency. Focus on that every single day. Get through that every single day. Get to your net 3 every single day. Then you do it again the next day, and you go do it the next day. Next day, you've done it day after day, week after week, month after month. Your account's building. You're not trading just one contract anymore. Now you're trading 2. Now you're trading 3. Now you're trading 4. You start to get somewhere, right? But it starts with routine equals consistency. Consistency equals consistent results. Consistent results gets you that compounding. Okay, let's forget about right now secret sauce and holy grails and a new trade setup. You got plenty of trade setups. You just got to get through them. You got to focus on them. You have the tools. You don't need new ones. We're going to give you new ones. We always do. You don't need them. You just need to be able to focus on what you got. Follow that each and every day. Okay. So some of you have seen this. If you were with us during our live event or one of the promotions we did a couple months ago, we sent a bunch of these out to those of you that were involved in that. Okay. For those of you that are new or weren't involved during that time, write some of these down. You've probably seen this. But we sent this out, a packet we've got. These are, like dry erase boards where you kind of have this. I really want you to get me on this part, okay? Because you'll see how this really helps. And so basically at my desk, like I'm looking down right now, got my keyboard right in front of me. I've got this, okay? So basically, that's right in front of me. So constantly throughout my trading session, I could look down and I'm asking myself these questions. Is the market trending? Yes or no? Is there divergence? Yes or no? Is the market ranging? Is there an ETX? Is there an obstruction? Am I looking for long or shorts? Because it's so easy to just stare at a chart and zoom in at a chart and watch tick, 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 tick. What's going on? And you don't really even know what's going on. And then you're pressing buttons, and then you're looking at another chart, and then you're looking over here. This helps you stay focused. Is the market trending? Yes. Okay. Which way is it trending? Up. So for the most part, if the market's trending up, what trade am I looking for? A long or a short? Well, generally a long. Great. When is the only way I would be looking for a potential short? If the market's trending up, well, question number 2. Okay, question number 1, is the market trending? Yes, trending up. 2, now is there divergence? Nope, no divergence. Okay, then all I'm waiting on is a pullback and then a potential long, right? Does that make sense? If I say, yes, the market's trending up, is it divergent? No. Am I stressed with my finger on the mouse waiting to press enter? No, because the market's going up, going up, going up. Now it pulls back a down bar, a down bar, a down bar. Now I'm waiting, right? Now I'm paying attention, going, okay, if we get a long here, then I can go long. I can't go short, right? Because the market's trending up. There's no divergence. So that takes a lot of the stress away, right? Because I'm just sitting there waiting for it to make a pullback and then potentially go up. So I know exactly what I'm looking for. I can just wait, right? Now, okay, is the market trending? Yep. Well, is there divergence? Yes. Okay, then I could take a short. So get ready. That's all I'm looking for right now. Right? So these questions really help you focus on what is the market doing right now. Okay, that's what the market's doing. So what trades can I take during this particular market condition? Only this trade or this trade? Okay, so I know what I'm looking for. See, and I take it a step further, okay, just to help me, where I basically have this sheet right in front of me, okay? And then I'm asking myself that 1,000 times a day, just over and over. I'm going through those questions while I'm looking at the chart. Because all I'm trying to do is determine the market condition. Is it trending? Is it ranging? Is it chop? Is it divergence? And this will tell you only the direction of the trade you're looking for. You'll know what direction, long or short. You'll know what trade to look for. And you could just be ready for that. It takes a lot of the stress away. Okay? You know what that setup will be, what direction it will be, what you're looking for. If a bar closes, great. Okay? And it helps you think ahead, right? Okay, I'm only looking for this particular trade. But you're also saying, ooh, if that trade setup happens right now, man, right there is a big old wall. I wouldn't want to take it. So if it happens, I'm not taking it. Okay, if it happens right now, there's nothing in the way. I can take this trade. Does that make sense? It helps you look forward and what to expect and to know to take something or not take something. I mean, just quick example here. If we're looking over here to the left, market pushes down, 48, 45. Market pushes down on what? 86.72. Is the market divergent? It went down on 4,800, went even further on 8,600. Is there divergence there? Yes or no? No, there's no divergence. And we're in a downtrend. So what's the only potential trade you're looking for right now? When you see the market has come down, it's pulled up. It's come down. Okay, we're in a downtrend. So as this bar is closing down, are you freaking out with your finger on the button? And this bar is closing down, or are you freaking out with your finger on the button? No. Because the only way that you can take a trade right now is short. And what do you need to happen in order to take a short? You need the market to come down, and you need what? An up close bar, maybe another up close bar, then a reversal down close bar with a TX, right? Yeah, Michael, exactly. You need it to keep pushing in the direction of the trend, make a retrace, then see if it keeps going back down with the trend. And if you have a setup on that reversal bar. So you're not freaking out and stressing on this way down. There's nothing you can do until it makes a pullback, right? Make sense? So you're asking yourself the question, is the market trending? Yes. Okay, what direction? Well, short. Is there divergence? No. So then what's the only thing I'm waiting for? A short entry. Cool. My stress level doesn't need to be crazy. I know what's happening and what I want to look for, right? So, or what about here? Okay, market's coming down, came down on 975 volume. Is the market trending? Yes, it's trending down. Okay, came down on 975. Here, you know, we're down at like 2350. Are we divergent? Nope. Okay, so the only thing I can look for is a short trade. Now market pushes down a little bit more. Now are we divergent? Yes. Because this was 2350, this is only 1750. Maybe we like to see more divergence there, but yes, it is divergent. So now, what am I potentially looking for? A long. Okay. And I know that by what? Asking those questions. Is it trending? Yes. Is it divergence? Oh, yes. Then what direction could I be looking for? A trade. Okay, so I'm waiting. Every bar that's closing down, if I see a reversal bar forming and there's trapped an X on the, okay, I can put up a trade right here as long as what? No obstruction in the way. Got it. I'm thinking ahead. I'm seeing this. Okay. Is the market trending? No. Is it divergent? Doesn't matter because it's not trending. Is the market ranging? Yes. Okay. So then what do I need? Well, I need for the market to either be at the top or the bottom of this range. Oh, here we go. Back to the top of the range. Closing back down. Got a TX trade. I can take that trade because of the top or bottom of the range. Now, is there anything in the way for my 10? Nope. Take it. Do I care about DR color? No. Do I care about divergence? No, because it's not ranging. So I'm asking myself these questions. That's making me constantly relook It's like a refresh. You ever sit there and refresh your chart, or you ever refresh an internet page? Refresh an internet page, let it update, right? You know what I'm talking about? That's what you're doing to your mind. That's what you're doing to your focus, to your vision, to your eyes, to your brain. Going through those questions is like pressing F5 or pressing reset or refresh on a browser every few minutes or every few seconds. Like, okay, now what is the market doing? Are we trending? Are we ranging? Is it diverging? Okay, let me close my eyes, blink, and look again. Is it trending? Does that make sense? You get the analogy? So then think about this. You know, if I've got those questions, okay, right in front of me, is it trending? Is it divergence? Is it ranging? So if those are all the possible conditions, right? It's either trending, or it's trending with divergence, or it's range bound, or it's just chop and I don't want to mess with it. Agreed? I mean, granted, there's a few other little special trades, right? But in general, that's what you're wanting to know right there. Is it trending? Is it trending with divergence? Or is it range bound? Or is it chop? Knowing those things tells you what to do, right? So imagine if you're, you know, do we trade in chop? The answer is right there. No. So if your answer is, oh, the market's in chop, you know what to do, right? Which is nothing. Except wait for it to break out. If the market's trending, we have a certain set of rules and a certain set of rules for a certain set of trades in a trending market. Yes? Everybody agree with that? Trending market has a particular set of rules and a particular set of trades. Okay, so my top sheet has those questions. Is it trending? Is it divergence? Is it ranging? Whatever. I call this a business in a book. Okay? So your job is simply to narrow down which one of these conditions you're in right now, and then simply trade only those rules. Have the rules of each market type listed out underneath. So imagine a stack right in front of you. On your desk, you're looking down, you got your keyboard. Right in front of your keyboard, you got a stack. The top thing is the list of questions. What's the first question? Is the market trending? If I flip my page over, what do you think the next page is? A list of the trending trades with the rules of the trending trades, with the list of what are the obstructions for these trending trades. Does that make sense? What do you think the next page is behind that? A list of the trending with divergence trades and a list of the trending with divergence trade rules, list of obstructions. The page behind that, the range bound trading rules. You get it, guys? It's really elementary and simple. But that's how you get through your trading session and stay focused and follow rules. You have the questions in front of you that you're constantly asking. What is the market doing right now? What is the market? Oh, well, the market is strongly trending up. Okay, I'm flipping the page and looking at my trending rules and my list of trending trades to look for. And that's all I got to look for. Do I need to be looking at my range-bound trade rules in a strong uptrend? Who gives a crap, right? I don't need to think about that. I don't need to look at that. I need to recognize the market's trending up, flip the page to my trending rules. This is what I'm looking for, and that's it. Breathe. Breathe. Like, you know, why do I need to worry about anything else? So I challenge you to help just simplify things, okay? If you're going down the highway at 70 miles an hour, are you just looking at the end of your hood? Like, are you looking at your car? Or are you looking way ahead of you and looking all around? Okay? And it's not that confusing when you can really narrow down your focus. Ask yourself the questions of what the market is doing. Okay? Because you've learned so much stuff, guys. We've taught you all these trades and, this trade and that trade and, trade number 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And now we've got, TBS trade and hidden divergence trade and double TX trade. And stop, take some time, list them out, put them in their category of trending with divergence, ranging. Here's what they are. Here's what I look for. Ask yourself the questions over and over again. What is the market doing? It's doing this, so I'm only looking for long or short. I'm only looking for this or that. I'm looking for obstructions, and just clarify it. Okay? Does that make sense? That is your second part-time job. Okay, again, your first job is to prepare for the trading session. The second job is to execute the session. Looking around you, looking ahead, and then you stop when you're up net 3. Okay? And then both jobs are done for the day, and get out. Leave. Stop trading. Do something for yourself. Yeah, you can do some back testing or watch some videos, but get out. Be done. Give yourself a break. You will drive yourself crazy if you don't. So I challenge you all to take some time, okay, and write out these rules in front of you. Make your, what I call, a business in a book that you can reference. Remember, I started this whole thing off reading you this, section of Mark Douglas from Trading in the Zone, and about how this freedom and flexibility to have all this creativity and on our own to press the button anytime we want. And the biggest thing we have to remember is we have to follow the rule. We have to hold ourselves accountable. We have to manage ourselves. And one of the easiest ways that you can manage yourself is to have the rules in front of you. Your rules. No, you don't have a boss anymore. No, you don't have that 9-to-5 job anymore. You work for yourself. You make the rules. But you have to make the rules. Make them in front of you. Have the questions in front of you. Have it listed out in front of you. Have your guidelines. This is your company policy. This is your HR handbook right here of what you're allowed to do and not allowed to do, right? Those of you that work in corporate, you've got human resources and you've got the handbook and things you're allowed to do and not allowed to do, and you're only allowed to do this here. Well, you run your own corporation now. You write those out. You write your own handbook. Here's the questions, here's the condition, here's all I'm allowed to do. And that's one of the best ways that you can manage yourself, is to focus on those questions and those rules. And if you're having a bad day, you're having a rough day, you're having a mental challenge day, and you're not able to manage yourself at that moment or that day, leave. Walk away. Okay? Leave the elite room even if you need to for a little bit. But walk away and then come back refocused. Okay? So guys, again, I know some of you have heard me go through all this and even in more detail. This was a little more of a quick overview, and I know we've got a lot of new people on too, but I think it's always good to go back and kind of recover that basic, okay? And help just that refocus and that daily focus, especially that preparation time. I know that is so key. So did this help at all, guys? How many of you had heard all this before, and how many of this was the first time you've kind of heard this talk here, this overview about breaking it down into 2 part-time jobs? Okay, great. So some of you it's the first time, some of you it's okay. Well, good. I'm glad it helped. Glad. Yep, great. Benjamin said this is what I needed. Good to hear it again. Always worth hearing. Good refresher, Skelton. Thank you, Whitman. Appreciate that. Yes, Mary says I need to do my business book. Guys, for some of you that may seem very elementary. It's like I don't need that. And some of you say, well, I have that, but I have it on my computer. I'm a tech guy. I don't do paper. I'm telling you, print it out. Put it in front of you. Make it touchable. Be able to grab that thing and flip it over. Like, do it. Like, it's worth printing out and worth making notes. Somebody asked earlier about a journal. Sure, keep a journal as well. What did I do today? What were my trades today? Why should I have taken this trade or why shouldn't I? Where did I break my rules? If you're a manager at a company and someone breaks the rules, what do? You get on to them. They break the rules again. What do? You get on to them. Break them again. You write them up. Write yourself up. Serious. That sounds dumb, but keep a journal. Write yourself up. Put a sticky note on the computer for you to see the next day of, you know, Grant got written up yesterday because he didn't follow the rules. He better not do it again today. Right? Shaylin says, taking a break is what I need to hear. I even dream of charts and trade. Shaylin, man, been there, done that, buddy. We've all done it. You know, we're laying in bed and we're thinking of this trade and that trade and what about this indicator? Oh, and what if I try this? And what if and then you can't sleep and you got to get up and go look at it or you got to write it down and you want to, you sit there trying to relax at home and you feel like I shouldn't be here on this couch watching TV with my family. I need to be upstairs on the computer. I could be doing something more productive. I could be doing something. You wear yourself out, man. We've all been there. You know, we all feel like we got to do something. We got to do something. You know, and we've got to rest our brain. We've got to slow down, right? It's no different than anything else. It's just like health, working out, right? What do these fitness gurus say? Building muscle and getting all health. You can't work out every single day, all day long. You're going to eat away at your muscle. You have to have rest. You have to have recovery time for things to work at their optimum level of performance and growth. Your brain's the same way. It's a muscle, you know. So, all right, guys. So I hope that helped, and I really encourage you to take some time, write out those rules, write out your business in a book, and focus every day and put those to use. Okay. So I'm going to let you run here. We're going to wrap it up. And you guys make sure to get some rest tonight, get some sleep tonight, get up tomorrow morning, prep yourself properly before the trading session. And one more thing, I sat here and told you go to bed early and be rested for tomorrow. And I'm not going to tell you to read this all night, but get this book. If you already have it, start reading it again. And I'll tell you one thing, even if it takes you forever to read this book, which you really need to dig in. But remember I talked about that morning prep, having everything ready and being on the computer at like 9:20? You're not going to start trading until 9:35. Even if all you did was for 15 minutes every morning, read through trading in the zone before you're trading, like it will help you so much. Okay? Like right before trading, yes, take your personal time, your spiritual prayer, meditation time, or scripture reading time is obviously. But also, if you read something like this every morning before you start pressing buttons, it will get you refocused. Okay? All right, guys. Have a great night. Make sure you're in the Elite Room tomorrow. I appreciate your time tonight. Okay? Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you later. Bye. You're very welcome. Thank you, guys, so much.